Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Matthew Adamir here with the Santa Fe Chamber of Commerce. And with 9 days left in our regular session, we are almost on our way to seeing what the legislature has done this year related to supporting business initiatives, passing a budget, and working through a lot of other initiatives that the governor and our state leaders really have in the hopper. So far, we've got about 622 bills that have been introduced, and that includes memorials and resolutions. So there is nothing short of a lot of things that is going on across the street at the Roundhouse. Some of the initiatives that we have been keeping an eye on pertaining to the budget are moving along really well. The budget has passed the House chamber and is currently being discussed with the Senate members. As well as a complement to the budget, we're also looking at a junior budget bill, which really consists of a lot of money that our elected officials get to bring back to their communities to really help with dilapidated infrastructure, convention center upgrades, parks, community endeavors, and those kind of things. So we'll get a good idea probably around this Friday as to what that bill looks like. And probably right around Friday, Saturday, we'll get an idea of what the Senate additions to the House budget proposal looks like as well. So stay tuned on that. Other things related to business initiatives that we've been following from a chamber perspective is the installment loan legislation. This is a bill that has come from the legislature in a few different forms over the last couple of years. What its intent is to really hone down the interest rate related to installment loans or payday lending and that kind of thing to about 35%. Right now it's capped at 175. So there's a big initiative to really hone that down, to really protect those that need a little bit of assistance on that type of funding. It made it through the House this week, and we look to see it go through the Senate pretty expeditiously. So that's something we're also keeping an eye on. There are a lot of election bills that are in the hopper as well. A lot of it is really to increase and spur voter turnout, making not national holidays, making state holidays for election days, and perhaps lowering the age limit for a person whose ability to vote to 16. That portion of the bill did not pass. However, they did raise it to 17. And so we'll keep you apprised to what's going on with that. Related to a lot of the governor's initiatives, some of those have really come and stalled as of late, particularly because of really not a lot of conversation going on between the administration and leadership in the legislature. Related to hydro, something that is making national news now. Out of the three bills that have been previously introduced, they seem to have fallen by the wayside, but there was a fourth bill that popped up that really is what they're calling the junior hydro bill. And it's really to kickstart the industry and give a lot of incentive to those companies that really want to make those large scale investments. It will also help pair with some federal dollars that we know both our senators Heinrich and Lujan are really proposing, creating national hydrogen hubs, particularly in the Four Corners area, and to really be a trendsetter in an economic development in that space. So that bill is actually being heard today, which is Wednesday, February 9th. So stay tuned next week on an update on how that works out. The crime packages are easing along here and there. There's a lot of controversy related to what that final language and what those final packages will look like. There's maybe some hesitancy to pass some of those measures, so it remains to be seen from what some of our judiciary members of the legislature are going to make some tweaks and changes to those to see what happens and what the end result is. I think we all know both in Albuquerque, there is a huge crime issue that really needs to be quelled. And I think the legislature, that's one of their top of their minds. We're just trying to figure out how is the best way that they can see and play a role in stemming crime, not only in Albuquerque, but across New Mexico. Some great news for the governor, something that we have been following, is that a bill sponsored by Senator Benny Shendo, which really is to kickstart and help spur Commerce in New Mexico, which is a Buy New Mexico initiative. And this is something that we feel as a chamber is a good initiative, not only for Santa Fe, but New Mexico and New Mexicans all around. This one is great because it increases the bidding preferences for all New Mexico businesses that state and local contracts up from 5 to 8%. It allows also for the first time Native American owned businesses operating on tribal land to qualify as certified New Mexico resident businesses. This is a great news, and it also could open up a whole world of commerce related to tribal and non-tribal relations and give them the opportunities that really to help kickstart a lot of the economic development on tribal land. It also is renewing the 10% bidding preference for certified New Mexico resident veteran businesses, which is due to expire here in June. And without action by the legislature, it will fall by the wayside. So this extension is actually a very positive step, especially for some of those veteran-owned businesses. Hopefully we can get a lot more really instituted to really build on part of that community group. And then what it also does, it also doubles the cap on New Mexico veteran-owned businesses receiving that 10% bidding preference, with those of annual revenues of $3 million up to those with $6 million. So it kind of increases the ability for us to include more companies that have that ability to qualify for that stipulation. Also, as of note, it came out this morning that our unemployment benefits are ending February 19th. So that will be something interesting on if the legislature decides to have any discussions related to that, or if that's something that Workforce Solutions through the governor's initiative is willing to extend. That remains to be seen, but that's something that we will keep an eye on and report back next week. With only 9 days to go, there's a lot of things that are going on. It's a very fluid environment, a lot of moving parts. So it will be very interesting to see. Around this time, it tends to get a little bit testy. I think a lot of folks are tired, emotions are running high. A lot of people are really embedded and emotionally tied to their initiatives. And there are a lot of great initiatives that are going on over there. It just remains to be seen how much time we have left to see what comes out at the end. We all know there has to be a budget. And we know there's a lot of money this year, generational money, that a lot of people are saying that this is a one chance that we can really pull New Mexico off from the bottom of all the bad lists and from to the top of all the good. And so we really want to applaud all our legislators for all their hard work, all our elected officials for doing everything they can to make sure New Mexico has a chance to move forward. All the staff over there for all the tireless and countless hours that they're putting in to really make sure that enough information is available so they're making an informed decision. And we really want to make sure that that New Mexico really has an opportunity to grow and thrive like our surrounding states have done for so many years. Thank you very much. And we look forward to talking to you next week with a final update. We all know the legislature closes on the 17th, and we'll be happy to repeat and share anything that goes on between now and then. So have a wonderful week, stay safe, and thank you from the Santa Fe Chamber.